Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
I am that dude, Bodkins. Patty to patty. It's ridiculous. No way. There's nobody else out there. He's your guy. Give a big round of applause for the one and only Bodkin Show. I'm going to repeat that again, folks. I didn't stutter. Welcome to the Bodkins Show.
Oh, good evening, everybody. I mean, holy shit. We are finished with our NFL regular season, and all I got to say is it was, well, thanks, my guy. Glorious. I mean, folks, let me just say, I'm going to go on a little rant here. I'm not going to lie to you. I would be a fool and I would be a liar. And one thing I pride myself is not being a liar. I have said I didn't know about this Packers team going into the playoffs. Beginning of the year, I said, now if you've been watching the show, you've been watching me ride and wave. And after the Giants and Bucks lost, I said we probably don't fucking deserve it. But today, after the last time we haven't talked in like 2 weeks because of the holidays, but here we are. Man, going into today, this was it. The Bears versus the Packers. Oh, the arch rival Bears, the likes of Justin Fields and in the oldest rivalry in NFL history. So if there's one team that I really want to beat more than any other team, it's the Bears, and then probably the Vikings. Just because of some friendships I have, the likes of Craig Coger, the likes of Mr. NFL outdated Andy. Is it even a rivalry if only one team wins? It's 10 in a fucking row, baby. You came into Lambeau and you said, oh, well, we're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to knock you out of the playoffs. Not so fucking fast. No, sir. No, sir. Here we are. We are reaching the playoffs. We are in the playoffs after today's beatdown. I don't care what happens next weekend. I don't really care. We got Dallas. We're going to Dallas. Hopefully we win. Aaron Rodgers always owned the Dallas Cowboys, I felt like. Can Jordan Love do it? Speaking of Jordan Love, folks, that kid can fucking play. He can fucking play. And don't give me this fucking bullshit, Tanner Dawson. Oh, if he was in the AFC, I might apologize. Who gives a shit? The Packers have never been in the fucking AFC. They're playing in the NFC. You fucking shit on the fucking kid. And guess what? He proved to you that he could fucking get it done. Mr. NFL Outdated just messaged me. Oh, Jordan Love can't get it done. He can't, blah, blah, he chokes. Are you fucking kidding me? Did you watch that game today? He made some absolute laser fucking throws. One that should have been caught for a touchdown. The guy dropped it. Smart decisions. Yeah, he had one fumble. Not his fault. It was just a lucky play. Ball bounces that way sometimes. Helmet hit the kid right on the arm and on the helmet as he was making a great first down run. I mean, the kid can fucking ball the fuck out. I don't care what happens tomorrow. We could lose by 30 to the Cowboys next Sunday. The fact that we got the youngest NFL team in the history of the NFL to the playoffs, led by one Jordan Love, is all that matters. I will admit I was skeptical. I'll be the first one to tell you, hey, I don't know about this kid. I don't know if he can play. I need to see if he can play. Well, about second half of the season, I realized something. Oh, shit. The legacy of Green Bay quarterbacks continues. Guti, I apologize. You got it right. Shout out to my lovely wife. 4 years ago, I fucking screamed, fuck, when we drafted Jordan Love. What the fuck are we fucking doing? That's the last thing we fucking need. And she said, baby, in 3 years or 4 years or whatever, you'll be cheering for that guy. And sure as shit, today I was cheering as loud as I could fucking possibly scream, running up and down my house as Jordan Love is making great passes and leading this team to the playoffs. And after the game, she said, "Hey, baby, remember 2 years ago I said you're going to be rooting for Jordan Love in a few years?" She was fucking right. So tip my cap to my lovely wife who got it fucking right. I was going to cheer for Jordan Love. I mean, if you're wearing green and yellow, I'm going to cheer for you. It doesn't really fucking matter. I'm going to fucking cuss you out because you pissed me off. But, I mean, this year, no matter whether we won this game or not, this game wasn't going to be Jordan Love's fault. That kid fucking can play. He can fucking play, folks. And all you haters out there, Andy, you're just fucking mad because you fucking can't figure it out at quarterback. NFL outdated Bears fans are just mad because you can't figure it out. You don't know whether Love is or Fields is the guy, whether you're trading him, whether you're getting Caleb Williams, and what you see across is green and yellow, and you're like, holy shit. They got another fucking guy. We've been searching for a quarterback since their franchise inception, and they're going to have 3 franchise quarterbacks in a row. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love back to back to back. And I don't care if those other guys just got 1 Super Bowl. You know what? That's still more than what you got. That's still more than what a lot of franchises got. I don't care. I hate the fact that narrative that always happens when they talk about Favre and Rodgers. Well, they're 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and they only got to 3 Super Bowls together. You know what? Shit fucking happens, and still probably, unless you're the Patriots, there's really not much more you could that topple us. There's just not. And I'm not saying Jordan Love's going to take us to the Super Bowl this year. But the fact of the matter is, he is a guy, and the Packers are headed to the playoffs. This has been one of the most joyful years I've had in a long time because there was no pressure. You could just sit back and say, whatever the fuck happens, happens. I'm enjoying the ride, baby. And yeah, I'm up and down. I'm down and up. I'm up and down. That's life as a football fan. Why not? Can we not enjoy it? I hate when people, I'll be the first to tell you I've been skeptical at times. I ride and die. It's a roller coaster, baby. Come on. Hop on with the Bodkins. Hop on, enjoy the ride. It's so much fun. It's glorious. Dancing on all the graves, baby. Dancing on all the graves. It's the most glorious thing. I don't, like I said, I don't really care what happens next week. I don't. We win. Great. Everything else is that cherry on top. I have eaten the sundae, folks. It is made. It's delicious. I'm just, try to get too raunchy, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. I absolutely loving it. Loving it. Throws on a rope. Landis is right. Throws it on a fucking rope. He does. Above the ring. Packers sneaking in the playoffs. You love to see it. Absolutely. I love to see it. I mean, there he is. Mr. Hater himself. The guy. Tanner, you're just mad. You're mad because you can't win. You're mad because the Chiefs are not going to get back to the Super Bowl. You can hate all you want, and you got to come on to the show every Monday, every Thursday, and see your boy rocking the green and gold, and you're just mad. You're just mad because you wanted to push me down. You wanted to beat us down, but here I am still standing. And I'll admit, folks, I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm a sore loser. I'm a sore winner. I'll tell you as loud as I'll scream it from the fucking mountaintops. Go, Pack, go. We're in the playoffs, baby. I'll be the first one to tell you. But I also expect a lot of shit talk when my team loses. That's just the way the world works. You can give it out. You got to take it out. It is what it is. Haters gonna hate. They hate us because they ain't us, baby. And we're in the playoffs. Cheers. Had quite a bit of shout out to The Rock and Terramana. This show's sponsored by Terramana tonight. So shout out to The Rock. One guy whose team is in the playoffs and is fighting for the NFC East Championship as we speak right now, Mr. Johnny Cruz, Mr. Yankee Finn. Johnny, what is up, my man?
What's going on, man? Appreciate being here as always. Looking forward to this show. Congratulations on your Packers. I I was one of the first ones early in the season. Told you, hey, bro, I like Jordan Love. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find out about that kid. There were some times during the middle of the year where you were like, as far as
I don't know if I've ever really blamed. I said
right,
I remember the first 4 weeks of the season, about halfway. I said I don't know if it is or not. I don't know if it's him play calling or what. And I think I blame it on play calling. And even Matt LaFleur said we put the chains on the kid. And about halfway through the season, it was like, hey, we're going to be more aggressive. Yeah. Let the kid fucking fling it. And now he's flinging it. Yeah. And you know what? I said this.
He can do it, man. He didn't make many mistakes.
No. And this receiver core is so young. Yes. And what was once a weakness is now a strength. I mean, they're just interchangeable. Right. Whether it's Wicks, whether it's Dobbs, whether it's Reed. That Melton kid is absolutely balled the fuck out the last couple weeks. Like, and we haven't even had Christian Watson most of the season. He's been, hurt. Like, do we have –
you don't even really need him, man. You got a nice little, you know what I'm saying? A nice little collection of speed guys, you know what I'm saying? Good young receivers to grow with your young quarterback. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you mentioned, shout out to the general manager. I know you've hated on him a lot, but you know what I'm saying? They saw something in him. I mentioned to you before the show, I was always big on Jordan Love. I even, the draft that he was coming out, I was on the – especially when Tua got hurt, I was on the I wouldn't be mad if they took an offensive tackle and then took Jordan Love with 18. And oh my God, the hate that I got for even thinking to say, don't take Tua and take somebody else. But turns out the kid's gonna be a good player. Your coach showed a lot. Aaron Jones, Aaron Jones was big getting him back and getting him healthy, but they got a good young team. They're only going to get better from here, man. That's a good
they're the youngest NFL team to make the playoffs, Johnny. The youngest NFL like
it's awesome.
Hey, we were at this. I said this on this morning's show. I said a year ago we were at this point in time. Aaron Rodgers had a horrible game. We didn't get in. Jordan Love, 300 yards passing, 2 fucking touchdowns, should have been 3. And just absolutely fucking balled out today. Made throws when he had to make the throws.
Yeah, 5 incompletions, bro. 5 incompletions.
Hey, there you go. There you fucking go.
It should have been 4, but you know what I'm saying? Nah, he's a good player. Like I said, I told you again early in the season, you're gonna find out about your quarterback, you're gonna find out about your coach.
I don't know if it's LaFleur, Carlos. I think my worry is the defensive coordinator Joe Barry. I've said that.
Because LaFleur showed that he was able to adjust his offense. You know what I'm saying? Once he saw, he admitted, all right, we got to take the change off this kid and let this kid just rip it. Yeah. He made whatever adjustments he had to make. They ran the ball when they needed to run the ball. And you know what I'm saying? They came up with some big wins down the stretch. And you know what I'm saying? They're in the playoffs, beating their arch rival. You know what I'm saying? And it's, Justin Fields and company, they had something to play for. Justin Fields is trying to do his best, and I don't blame the loss on him. Say that Bears organization, it is what it is. But, shout out to the Packers and Jordan Love. Aaron Jones is a hell of a player. But, yeah, I like your receiving core, bro. I like your receiving core.
I did too.
And you got 2 young tight ends, too. You build up that offensive line and then keep working on the defense. They're only going to get better, man. So, Detroit, enjoy it now.
Yeah. Hey, NFC North, enjoy it now. Like, I mean, hey.
Because he's only going to get better.
Yeah, I'll go get better. I mean, wow. We'll go ahead and we're going to bring in the Hall of Famer Scott Cove to join us to get his thoughts as well. Scott,
Johnny,
what is up, my man?
Not much. I disagree on one thing. It's not a rivalry. Packers Bears. It's not a rivalry.
Yeah, it can't be a rivalry if you win 10 in a row, right, Scott? Yeah. It's no longer a rivalry.
Yeah, you can't. When you kick field goals instead of score touchdowns, i.e., see the Chargers, see the Bears today, you don't win games. It's not a rivalry. Packers own them. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is right. The Packers are the Bears' daddy.
I own you. I fucking always own you. And then he handed the keys to Jordan Love and said, "Go ahead."
Right.
Yep. Yeah. The Packers just made a trade, by the way. They traded for Aaron Rodgers so he can hold the clipboard next week for Jordan Love. So,
and I want to give credit to Jordan Love too. The whole time, the 3 years that he sat behind Aaron Rodgers, it was real loud for everybody else. He didn't say shit. Right. Didn't say fuck that old man. Didn't say anything. It didn't say anything about anything. You didn't even hear from him. Hey, everybody else talking shit, saying how bad he sucks and this and that, and letting everybody else. And now, guess what? Who laughs last loudest?
What did Shaq say to Kobe years ago? How does my bleep taste?
Yeah.
There you go. Jordan Love saying the same thing to every hater that crossed his path.
Yeah.
Right. How's it taste now, buddy?
I don't know. And Scott, I hear a lot of messages. I get messages from people. I don't know how you honestly watch that kid play and tell me he sucks. You can't, without any objectivity, tell me he sucks.
So people got to realize.
I don't say that about. I'm a Packers fan. I don't say that about Justin Fields. I think the world of fucking Fields.
Well,
people got to realize.
Speaking of a fucking hater, there it is. Right here it is. I mean, Andy himself.
Is Jordan Love a veteran in the NFL? Yes. Is he a veteran starting games for in the NFL? No.
No, he's not. He's a rookie. He started his first 16 games. 17
so it's going to take him a half a year for him to start to really grow. And guess what? He did. I mean, the last 7 games, who played better quarterback than him? Maybe no. I don't know if there's anybody real. Justin Fields.
Find me 10 guys that were better than him.
You can't.
Find me 10 guys that were better than Justin. All season.
Bro. Like what was his finishing numbers, bro? He had like 30 something.
Yeah, hold on. I tweeted this out actually.
35 touchdowns.
He's playing. Tell me who his number one wide receiver is.
Well, that's what they don't have one.
They don't have one. Christian Watson was out.
Like Nick mentioned, they're all kind of interchangeable, but that's a good thing. Christian Watson is supposed to be the big stud,
listen to this.
And he's always hurt.
Jordan Love finished the season with 4,159 pass yards, 32 pass touchdowns. The only QBs in NFL history to exceed these stats, their total stats in their first season as a full-time starter, Patrick Mahomes and Kurt fucking Warner.
There you go. When you're in that class, come on, really? You got a Hall of Famer and another Hall of Famer. You got 2 Hall of Famers.
I'm not saying Love is going to be a Hall of Famer.
No,
but
not either. But I mean, he's playing right now at a level that give me 3 better quarterbacks in the playoffs this year than Jordan Love.
Well, I could in the NFC. It'd be hard,
right?
You would take Jordan Love over Hurts right now.
I
would take Jordan. I already told you how I felt about Jordan Love. I would take Jordan Love over anybody in the NFC. To be completely honest, yeah.
It'd be him
over Dak. Well, you know what I'm saying? Not for nothing, but these were big games going down the stretch just to make the playoffs, and Jordan Love has come through. Dak has had good regular seasons before, but then doesn't come through in the playoffs. I mean, this is the test right here. Can you imagine all the chirping? Can you imagine all the chirping if the Packers go into Dallas and Jordan Love outplays Dak, which could happen?
Could happen.
You know what I'm saying?
No question.
He has all the potential in the world, man. So I like Jordan Love a lot, man.
Okay, give me Lamar. Okay, give me Lamar over him.
Lamar, yes. Patrick, you got Patrick Mahomes over him.
Josh Allen.
And after those 3,
Tua and Jordan Love.
Jordan Love,
Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's playing well right now.
I would take Stafford over Love still. Probably
Stafford right now playing well. Brock Purdy. I guess you can throw in that as well.
But I mean, if you put Love on, you put Love on the 49ers. You know what I mean?
Imagine that, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like Andy's over here talking about how if you put Love on. You know what I mean? If you put Love on, it doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean?
The thing about it is. Tell me, besides Aaron Jones, tell me another all-pro type player on the offense.
They don't have one.
Exactly. This kid elevated them to the playoffs.
And those receivers they come along in the second half. Right. I mean, the likes of Melton and Reed and Wicks and those guys. They're nowhere near the likes of a DJ fucking Moore. Give Jordan Love DJ fucking Moore and see what happens.
Right, or give him Debo and Brandon Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey, and
has he? I will say this: he might have done more with less than any quarterback.
That's why I'm saying, dude, the kid was 27 of 32, 316, and 2 touchdowns
against a very good
Bears final game against a rival, right? To clinch a playoff spot, like that's delivering under pressure, bro.
Here's the other thing: rookie wide receivers this year, okay. Who's better than Jaden Reed this year? Tank Dell, Puka Nacua.
Yeah. Rookie wise?
Yes.
What I don't know.
Jordan
Addison,
Addison?
maybe.
Addison. I like the kid in Kansas City, the Rice kid in Kansas City. I mean,
Rice, yes.
I would put them even. I would put them close to even.
He's got a lot of drops.
Jaden
The
Reed.
kid, you can see the potential there in that kid.
Jaden Reed's going to be
the
a Pro
kid in
Bowler
Baltimore
in 2 years.
Zay Flowers.
In 2 years.
Zay Flowers, yeah.
Yeah. In 2 years, Jaden Reed's going to be a Pro Bowler.
I like him. I like Dobbs too.
Right.
Dude,
Yeah.
I like both. I like
That
I
wide
like that
receiver
Packer
core
team,
in
bro. I
3
like that
years
Packer.
is going to be scary if Christian Watson could ever stay healthy for a full
Yeah.
year.
Well,
It's
yeah.
gonna be scary.
And I don't want to make this whole show about the Packers. Obviously, I am a
Go ahead.
Packers fan, so I mean,
Go ahead.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
I don't. I want to get to the rest of the games, but I mean, it is what it is. Like I have this win today to get to the playoffs was like a playoff victory to me. Like, I mean, boys, I was running through the halls, like cheering, screaming. I am very excited, and a lot of it comes with a little drinking, a little this, a little that. But
all I'm going to say before we move on is thank God the Packers won, because the basically after that it was either Seattle or New Orleans.
Well, Seattle. I didn't catch the end of the Seattle game. Seattle win or
that's the shit is
Seattle
they lost.
The way Seattle has played the last month, and the way New Orleans has played the last month, like Green Bay actually has a shot.
I mean,
like is there
the Saints played really good last 2 weeks, and we'll talk about
would you trust Derek Carr to go in and win a playoff game? I don't.
Not in Dallas.
The way they played the last 2 games.
The way Seattle's been playing lately, I don't trust.
I don't know. I mean, CD Lamb will probably tear us apart. I would probably pick. Personally, if it was money line, I'd probably like Dallas's chances next week.
Again, we're gonna find out a lot about your coach right here, because Aaron Jones showed that he was back. 22 carries for 111.
Yeah,
he's a hell of a running back, man.
They got in the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's all gravy now.
Oh, that's what no, Scott. I don't even care if it's 52-0 next Saturday or Sunday. I don't care.
I don't know. I can't wait to see what that spread is. It better not be more than like a touchdown.
I would say 3.5, 6.
Yeah.
No, here's what I would say. I agree with you, closer to 6, because Dallas at home, everybody will go on the Dallas at home bandwagon.
If it's Dallas minus 6.5, I might have
6.5. Give me the Packers with the points.
I'm taking the Packers plus the points.
Yeah,
because I think they're gonna go toe to toe with them.
I mean, who can you
Dallas,
trust McCarthy and them in the playoff? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's the whole thing.
Right.
That's the whole thing. I don't trust McCarthy.
And not only that, how many playoff games has Dak won?
Exactly. One.
I think it's one. One in
last year. Last year they beat the Bucks. You know,
right? That was it. That was their first playoff win.
There was 1 year was that the year they had the bye when they remember the 49ers came to town.
They had the bye.
They had the bye.
Okay.
Where Allen at with his comment? Allen ain't even. Nah, that's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait for that.
I can't wait.
Shout out to Allen, and yes, we will have a late night roundup show.
It is.
After my
Carlos
Dolphins
over here
game,
chiming in.
Me and Allen will be shooting this shit to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason for you to not be happy, man. Enjoy this. I
am.
So too many fans don't enjoy the process and the journey, and you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, that they're all worried about what's gonna happen. Like, enjoy it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your team is fun. Your team won a game. They made the playoffs. Let's see what happens.
I'll admit I am a very much like up and down.
We all are as football fans. You got one game a week, and then you got a whole week to either be hearing everybody talk shit about your team or hearing everybody praise your team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And by the way, for everybody that says if Love was here and Love was there, guess what? He ain't. So stop with the Love was on the Bears.
Right.
Stop.
Yeah,
I respect.
You're not
everybody.
They got two. Alan said they got two. They got two Seahawks in 2019 and Bucks last year.
Was he the quarterback or was he hurt that year?
Dak's got two.
Yeah.
Was Dak the quarterback or was he hurt?
Dak was the quarterback then. Yeah.
Okay.
I trust it. So Carlos says I trust the Packers. Just enjoy it. And I do. I'm gonna enjoy it. It.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean, I'm gonna trust Detroit's team because I like the overall team more than the Packers.
I don't know.
I would take Love.
We'll talk about Detroit because a lot of injuries happened today. A lot of injuries happened.
Shit, then let's get into it,
Campbell.
Let's get into the games. We're just going to highlight over the most important games. We'll even start yesterday's games. Steelers, they win and got some help. Steelers beat the Ravens, a much depleted Ravens team who sad a lot of people. But 18-20, 152 yards, 1 touchdown for Mason Rudolph. Steelers win 17-10. Najee had 26, 112, 1 touchdown. Jalen Warren, 9 for 33. Deontay Johnson, 4 for 89 and a touchdown. Steelers get in with some help, and we'll talk about how they got there in just a minute. But Steelers are now playoff bound. You guys have any thoughts here? I don't know if you guys want to talk about the games indirectly, but the Steelers get in. But most importantly, TJ Watt looks like he'll be out next week.
So here's my thing, and you guys, does Najee give up Derrick Henry vibes a little bit?
Not as good. Like Derrick Henry is and he's like I would say a poor man's Derrick Henry.
Right.
Yeah, I watched him run yesterday.
He's the dollar store. He the dollar store.
Yeah, I watched him run.
Yeah, the dollar
store. The Ravens yesterday. He's at the Kmart Blue Light Special. I watched him run yesterday, and I started thinking, boy, that looks a little bit like Derrick Henry running.
When he runs
that's how he ran in Alabama, though. That was all the talk. That's why he got drafted.
That must be how they. That must be how they not train him, but how they coach him up is running like that. Because
I mean, if he continues to run like that, and then you got Warren as well, you know what I'm saying? Shout out and props to Mason Rudolph, because when they brought him in, I was like, oh, they're done. You know what I'm saying? And he's won a few games in a row. Shout out to Mike Tomlin. Apologies for ever doubting.
We all owe Mike Tomlin an apology. You're right, Johnny. And kudos to fucking Mike Tomlin. Nobody in you don't have a quarterback on your roster. You know, they don't have a quarterback on their roster that's worth a damn. And they made the playoffs.
Right. When they lost to the Patriots, everybody was like, "Oh, there go the Steelers, lost to the Cardinals."
I mean, there was actually people questioning whether or not Mike Tomlin should be on the hot seat, and it's like, bro, he hasn't had a losing record. Yeah, and you're hating on him, and now he makes the playoffs and wins double-digit games. Come on, man. Yeah. Mike Tomlin goes down as one of the greatest coaches ever.
We've all said, hey, this is the year that he's not going to get the winning record. Got it in the playoffs. Kudos to Mike Tomlin. Now, do they win a game in the playoffs? I fucking doubt that shit. I mean, they're going to Kansas City. I think it depends on this game. It
depends on this game, right? They're either going
to
Kansas
Buffalo
City.
Wins tonight, I would give Pittsburgh a puncher's chance to win that game at Buffalo.
Yeah, so do I.
No Watt though. No Watt. You know what I mean?
Every time we count Pittsburgh out,
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is known to have a bad game and throw a bunch of interceptions. And Pittsburgh's all about their defense, and they've got a couple playmakers in Pickens and Johnson.
Yeah, and kudos to Mason Rudolph, man. I know they ain't got a quarterback on the roster, but I mean, shit, he stung around and fucking took his blickings and it's played decent. Not maybe this week. I credit most of this week the rainstorm, but before that, the last 2 weeks when he was playing, I mean, shit, George Pickens was going off.
And the comment in there, as much as Buffalo has won these last several weeks, they barely beat Houston Stick or whatever Easton Stick, and then they beat the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Barely. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they were crushing really good teams like the Baltimore Ravens were the last few weeks. So Buffalo did what they had to do to get to this point or whatever, but it's not like they've been dominating people. So I would take, depending on the spread, Pittsburgh could pull it up.
Well, I mean, they could go to Kansas City or could go to Buffalo, depending on your Dolphins here.
Yeah. If Miami wins, they're the number 2 seed and they host Buffalo. If Buffalo wins, they're the number 2 seed. They host Pittsburgh, and Miami will go to Kansas City. So that's all that's left.
Pittsburgh hopes Buffalo wins tonight, so they go to Buffalo. Because I think if Miami wins tonight, I wouldn't give Pittsburgh much of a chance to go down to South Beach.
No, it won't be. Miami. It'll be Buffalo coming to Miami.
Yeah, it'd be Buffalo, and then Pittsburgh goes to Kansas
City. And that's another one.
No, if Buffalo beats Miami tonight, Miami's it's 6 seed.
Right.
No, they said they play back to back. If Miami wins, they play Buffalo back to back.
Yeah.
So Buffalo
Miami
would be the 7 seed?
Yeah.
And the only reason they got in is because Jacksonville lost.
Yeah.
So
I give Pittsburgh a chance in Kansas City too.
Yes.
I mean,
the way Kansas City's been playing this year, I give Pittsburgh a chance, bro. I give that whole fucking division, bro.
I didn't think the Steelers would be here, but kudos kudos to Coach Tomlin. Kudos.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
And if it wasn't for maybe this next team that we're going to talk about, and that's the Texans-Colts game, Mike Tomlin could be Coach of the Year or Stefanski, but I'm going to give it to this guy's team, and that's D'Amico Ryans. The Texans win on Saturday night, 23-19. CJ Stroud. I mean, this guy's a fucking future. I don't know how you don't watch this kid. The NFL is in good hands. Now, we'll talk about Trevor Lawrence a little bit later. Is maybe he wasn't as good as we thought he was, but there was a guy that has proved a lot of haters wrong. And it's weird that we started the show talking about Jordan Love. CJ Stroud has proved a lot of haters wrong. 20 of 26, 262 yards, 2 touchdowns, absolutely balled out. Devin Singletary, 24 carries, 63 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, when we get to Dogs of the Week, this guy could be very well one of them. Nico Collins, 9 for 195 and a touchdown. He absolutely balled out. Colts lose on a last second play, fourth and 1 of drop pass. Scott, you were not a fan of the play call.
No, because here's the deal. Okay, unless Jonathan Taylor asked out, keep him in the game. Here's why. When Jonathan Taylor goes out of the game, you know they're throwing the ball. You know what they're doing. They're not going to run it with this Goodson kid because he hadn't touched the ball all game long. They're going to throw the ball. If you keep Jonathan Taylor in the game, you make the defense guess, are they going to run it on 4th and 1 or are they going to throw it?
Right. You could have ran that same exact play with Jonathan Taylor.
The only thing I will say this, it was the correct play call because it worked. It just they didn't execute it.
Gardner Minshew, remember that he was Gardner Minshew.
Well, I mean, Minshew didn't throw the greatest pass, but still.
That was a horrible throw, bro.
We know it wasn't the greatest throw, but it still hit him. It hit him in the hands. Yeah, and we all know if you're a receiver, it hits you in the hands.
You got to catch it. But does he get the yardage needed if he catches it?
Yeah,
he had to turn his body
in the end zone. He might have walked in the end zone if he caught that.
I blame it on the quarter. You got to make that throw.
I think I blame it on both. It's not the greatest throw, but
you got to make that.
You hit him in the
hands. The reason
hands.
why I won't criticize that play, I only criticize the personnel he had in the field, was because on 4th down, the Colts were the second highest throw percentage in the NFL on 4th down. So that's what they do. They throw the ball. But
all you needed was what?
I was critical of them not having Jonathan Taylor on the field. That's it. That's the only critical part I had.
He already had
30 carries for 188 yards. Give him the fucking ball.
Hey, before he got dinged up and their tackle got dinged up, I was like, oh, they're playing bully ball. They're just going to run it right down.
I remember you saying that. Throw. Yep. I remember you saying that. But even if I'm the coach, if I have a timeout left, I'm calling the timeout to get Jonathan Taylor arrested. If Jonathan Taylor asked out in that situation,
I don't think he did. I think he did
either. I think they should have.
I do view this as a successful season for Shane Steichen and the Colts. I mean, they were right there. But to me, D'Amico, and we'll do. I think we're going on Thursday. We'll probably just do our award season on Thursday with the rest of the gang on the LTS show. Kind of review who we picked and who we picked in the off season, and then compare that to who we're going to pick now.
If anybody does not have D'Amico Ryans as coach of the year, I want to know what's
they were. The only other possible is Stefanski because of all the quarterbacks, but I think you got to give it to D'Amico.
Yes. Yeah. They won their division.
They won a division.
Right. And you got to think that team won.
Shout out to the Just Fans guys. Shout out
to Uncle Rios, which we already apologized on this morning's show, but you know what I mean? Like that team won 7 games in 2 years. He won 10 this year. You know what I mean?
And for the number 1 and number 2 seeds, if you got to play Houston in the second round, if they get past Cleveland,
you better be ready. You better be ready to play.
Good luck.
You better come ready to play. And that's what I'm saying. CJ Stroud, I was banging on the table at draft day. I kept saying it. He's the best quarterback.
Yeah,
he's the best quarterback. And
either one of you.
Good job. What is it? Tepper from Carolina?
Yeah.
Would it surprise either one of you? Houston's in the AFC title game.
I'd be a little surprised.
I mean,
I wouldn't be
if I wasn't going to be surprised.
I wouldn't be shocked, but I'd be a little surprised.
I mean, it's anybody's game, but if who they got, so we know who they got. They got the Browns.
They got a guy. Cleveland. That's the thing. Yeah. Houston has a guy.
They might not beat the Browns.
You never know.
The Browns are tough.
Yeah,
Cleveland's
they might
defense on the
not,
road is
but
not as good.
They
It's
got
not
a
as good.
dude. You know what I'm saying? They actually got a
no
guy at
matter what
quarterback.
happens, the Texans are in the same position as the Packers.
Yeah.
No matter what happens next weekend, it doesn't matter.
They got their guy. They got their guy at quarterback.
You know you got a quarterback.
But don't forget, 4 weeks ago, Cleveland and Houston played at Houston. So they have tape on Joe Flacco and what their offense will do. Remember, Amari went off for
That's the other thing, too.
yards.
I know Joe Flacco's been playing great, but let's not forget that he's Joe Flacco. He's a 40-year-old Joe Flacco. So who's to say he ain't going to come out and shit the bed?
Blitzing a little bit more on 40-year-old Joe Flacco. It ain't like he's a motherfucking mobile quarterback.
You know what I'm saying? So
Houston will change this game up.
Would anybody be surprised here if Flacco shits the bed in the playoff game? No. Right.
Would anybody be surprised if Joe Flacco's 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and they win the game either? No.
Right.
I do think what DeMeco Ryans is going to do is take Amari Cooper away from Flacco.
Yes.
He's going to have to.
Yeah, he's going to play, over, you know what I'm saying? That cloud coverage.
Safety over the top.
Don't beat me. Yeah, you're not going to beat us deep. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, but they have the offensive weapons. I know the Browns defense is one of the best ones, but this Houston offense, you know what I'm saying, they're good.
And the defense in Houston's Will Anderson. Kudos for the Texans, like they got
all
Stroud
around.
too, and then traded back up to get the best defensive player, in Will Anderson.
Yep.
And he's proven he could be defensive rookie of the year, at least in the AFC wise. So kudos to him.
I'll tell you guys this: as soon as next year's AFC title odds come out, I'm putting money on Houston.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and get to how the Texans got there, and we need to have a serious conversation, boys, on how good Trevor Lawrence is. Jaguars go into Houston or Tennessee with everything to play for, division on the line, playoffs on the line. You win, you're in the playoffs, and they absolutely shit the bed. Trevor Lawrence, 29 of 43, only 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Miss Calvin Ridley wide the fuck open on a chance to win the game. Calvin Ridley did have 6 for 106 in a touchdown. Evan Ingram had 10 for 79. And the Titans, which was Ryan Tannehill's probably his last game as a Titan. And I don't know what's sadder. Sam posted this too. Our guy, Mr. First Down, said Tannehill is the second best quarterback in Titans history. And I thought about it. I was like, holy shit, that's right. And I feel sorry for you. 17 of 26, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Derrick Henry probably played his last game, got on the microphone in the stadium after the game and said, hey, thanks for the best 8 years of my life. As we know, it's 19, 153 yards, 1 touchdown for Derrick Henry in his final game, probably possible final game as a Titan. Titans win, but we all know this is not about the Titans. This is more about the Jaguars, and they might be the most disappointing team in the NFL.
Johnny, let me go first because I know you got an award winner thing that you want to talk about. Trevor Lawrence. He's very overrated in my mind. Everybody gives him a pass. They make excuses for him. Stop making excuses for the guy. He's not as good as people think. He just is not. He misses guys wide open. He doesn't. He has trouble.
I mean, the fourth down play. He just threw him by fucking 30 yards.
Third and fourth down.
Third
and fourth down completely missed him.
Here's how bad he is. They quarterback sneaked to try to tie the game, and instead of going forward, he just reached the ball over. His body was going backwards.
Right.
He has no strength in his body. Yeah. He gets hurt way too much. He's not a cyborg. He's not recovering from these injuries as quick as people think. He's just not doing it.
And I'll say this. I remember when he won that national title, it was weird because it just popped up on my Facebook memories today. And I said, oh, goddamn Sunshine is what I used to call him, from remember the Titans. And I was like, oh, Sunshine out here just diming out fucking Nick Saban's defense. And I thought that kid, that day, I was like, holy shit, this kid is going to fucking just tear up the NFL because I don't know if I've seen a better quarterback in college my entire life at that point in time. 4 or 5 years ago now, what it was, and here he is, and it's just like he might have peaked. You know what I mean? That might have been that national championship game. Might have been the peak of him.
Well, I mean, obviously, I made a big mistake. He was my my front runner,
MVP.
my
MVP
choice.
MVP.
Yes, because I expected a lot from this Jacksonville organization, from Doug Peterson, coming off a nice season that they had last year, making the playoffs, that big comeback win against the Chargers. Everything was looking up for the Jaguars, and they completely shit the bed. Trevor Lawrence was hurt most of the year, didn't play well. 280 yards today, 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. And again, that third or fourth down when they needed those couple yards were just horrible throws. Like, he didn't even give his receiver an opportunity to make
fourth
a play.
down, game on the line. He didn't even.
It was completely horrible. So, you know what I'm saying? As a team, they lost 5 of the last 6 and wound up, you know what I'm saying, look on the outside looking in at the playoffs. Again, Houston wins the division. Jacksonville is just a complete turd of an organization this year, bro. It's an embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? They deserve to be watching on the couch, bro. This was
they were 8-3.
Yes.
When they lost to Cincinnati, and they were winning that game against Cincinnati when he went out of the game. They were 8-3, and they finished 9-8. Right. They choked that division away totally this year.
They lost 5 of the last 6. And it's not like it was a bunch of world beaters either.
This was supposed to be their give me year. Everybody is in a rebuild, right? Colts, rookie quarterback. Texans, rookie quarterback.
Titans,
rookie quarterback, right? Like, everybody else is rebuilding. This is Jaguars. I would have said if there's one team I guarantee wins their fucking division, it's probably Jacksonville.
That had a lot to do with my, with my thinking that they would run away with this division.
They were supposed to.
I thought CJ Stroud would be good. I didn't think he'd be this good his first year, but now it's like, who's taking Trevor Lawrence over CJ Stroud right now?
Exactly. That's a good question.
Exactly.
And I think next year, next year going into the season, we're all taking the Texans to win the division.
Yeah.
You have
and
to.
I watch a show here in Boston called Follow the Money. It's a betting show. When Jacksonville lost to Cincinnati, one of the hosts came on and said, "I'm betting Jacksonville to miss the playoffs." I was like, "What are you doing? What are you smoking?" Guy was right. He saw things in Jacksonville he didn't like. He bet against them. Sure enough, they don't.
Rios might be right here. Now, they probably said the same with Deshaun. Division belongs to Houston for the next decade. I won't say next decade, but for the next 2-3 years right now, I would take, as I sit today, you know what I mean?
I think if Anthony Richardson could stay healthy for the Colts, I think the Colts could give him a run for the division.
Yeah.
Jacksonville could have a better year next year, you know what I'm saying? But for this season, like, this was them. They were supposed to take a step up.
And shout out to
took 2 steps back.
My guy Kenny. I want to shout out my guy Kenny Billy.
They let people catch up to them.
He said this to me too. He's like, Mike McCarthy and Doug Peterson, the same guy. Same guy. Struggle when the clock's on the line, big games. They do have the one Super Bowl together, but typically it's play clock management. They got down there on first and goal and couldn't punch it in for the game tying touchdown. And just bad play calling and things like that.
And I remember Sam wrote in the group chat when Jacksonville went for it on 4th down in the 3rd quarter and missed it. He's like, "What are they doing? They plenty of time." I said, "They're a desperate team right now.
Yeah,
they're trying to find something to get them going."
Because right there, just take the point. You need points. You need points. Yeah, get the points.
I said, Sam, when desperate teams, they do stupid things like that. And sure enough, Doug Peterson was desperate. He knew things were getting away from him, and he did it.
I think
choke job in years.
I think that definitely just the most disappointing. And I think we're all going to be in agreement. This is probably going to be all our turd of the week, unless somebody's got somebody different. But when it gets to turds and dogs here in a minute, it might be, and we all might be in unison of Jacksonville. Everything on the line, and you just, Trevor Lawrence just
right.
I thought, like I said, when he won that natty at Clemson, I was like, holy shit, this guy is going to be the fucking dude for, and I would sell my soul fucking for this guy. And I don't know what, I think he peaked. Was that his peak? You know what I mean? And now we're not, there's nothing that tells me, and Tanner put it in our group chat, he's going to be 15 the rest of his career, like that. That's not what you wanted. That when you draft the number 1 overall quarterback overall, you don't want the 15th best quarterback in the NFL. You want top 5.
You want top 10, top 5, top 10.
Yeah. Top 5. If I draft you number 1 overall, you better be the best fucking top 5 quarterback for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
If Trevor Lawrence performs this way next year, we may, at the end of next year, we may have to start saying, is he a bust or is he, right now?
Yeah. I mean, if he has a bad season overall, yeah, then I guess you could start
as a number 1 draft pick,
especially
he's a bust.
if you see CJ take another step.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
CJ's only going to get better. Take Dell's
right,
only going to get better.
No doubt.
Right.
No doubt.
So I mean, you would hope that this is, he's going to be going into his 3rd year with this coach and the same offense. So you would think
Rios says if AR stays healthy, Levis takes a step up,
yeah.
and who knows? That'll be tough. Sunshine might be the worst quarterback in the division.
Right now, Levis is unproven, so you can't even put him in the category. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence might be the worst quarterback in the division.
No, I would take Stroud, then Lawrence before I take AR. We always saw. We don't know.
But I think at this time next year, Richardson is healthy.
Yeah. At this time next year, I mean, the opinions could be completely, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Trevor Lawrence could have a great year. CJ could take a step back. Anthony Richardson may be hurt again. Like, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I'm at this moment, I'm taking CJ, and then I'm taking Trevor. And then I'm taking, you know what I'm saying? I'll go. I mean, I would have to go.
I mean, Carlos might be right, too. I call the
Richardson.
Jackson no bueno because Peterson's no bueno.
And then his next comment is accurate, too. When Christian Kirk got hurt, that's when they went down. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence didn't have a security blanket, so that's when they went down.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm not going to put it. I mean, Trevor Lawrence just doesn't look like the guy that we all thought he was. I think that's fair to say.
I'm not going to. I mean, everybody's got hurt players right now. Trevor Lawrence wasn't hurt. I mean, yeah, he's got some bumps and bruises or whatever.
If you look at that draft class,
that ain't got nothing to do with those horrible throws at the end of the game.
If you look at that draft class, hello Chicago, you might have got the best quarterback in that draft class outside of Brock Purdy, I guess.
And what are they doing? They might trade him.
Yeah, because I mean, Lawrence was 1, Wilson was 2, Fields was 3. Or not Fields, but
Trey was
Trey
3.
Lance was 3.
Fields
was like 10.
Fields was 9 or 10. Mac was 15.
Yeah.
Fields is the best. I think
you would take Justin Fields out of all of them right now today.
Right now. Yeah,
you would. You would, no doubt. So
he said it's not fair, but I don't.
That's crazy that he might get traded too. That's just insane, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Well, after today's performance, and I know we'll get to it probably, unless we've gotten to it already. He didn't do anything well today. Justin.
Yeah, Fields. I did too. He did not play great today. Yeah.
He made some good throws from what I saw in the first half or whatever.
The Packers defense, I felt like every time he needed to make a play, they were sacking him, and it was just their offensive line.
Their offensive line is horrible. You know what I'm saying? The Herbert kid is an okay running back. Again, all that draft capital that you got. You can surround this kid with actual talent and then see what happens as opposed to starting over. You're going to trade him, get a rookie quarterback. You're starting over and hoping that rookie quarterback. Nice.
Johnny's up 7-0 right now.
Yeah, there's my guy. I'm always going to be
focused. I'm focused on this show. I'm focused on this show and this going on. I'm going to let what happens. You know what I'm saying? So.
But here's what I think the Bears should do in free agency: build the offensive line.
Yeah,
whatever you have in capital, build it on the offensive line.
Well, I said that this morning. Scott.
In the draft, if you keep the number 1 pick, you got to take Marvin Harrison. You have to.
Even if you trade back to 2 or 3,
you still might be able to get
3.
Imagine teaming him with more. You know what I'm saying? You got the tight end, the Cole Kmet kid at tight end.
Cole Kmet. You know what I'm saying? You got to go. You have to spend every ounce of energy and money.
Pick, draft an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Hey,
with your top
put 10, Carlos's comment up about the Giants.
With Henry? Oh, for Fields?
Derrick Henry should go to Chicago on a 1 or 2 year deal. Chicago should try to sign Derrick Henry. That would be the one.
I like that Roshan Johnson kid. I like Roshan.
I do too. But I think he's still a year away from making a huge impact in the NFL. So
but if you put some linemen in front of him, I think he's good, man.
I do want to back up.
I would draft more of a receiving running back type in like the 3rd or 4th round to complement him. You know
like
what I'm
a
saying?
James Cook with Buffalo draft.
Get some
Rio
offensive linemen in front of Justin Fields, man.
Yeah. I do want to say I do think that I do actually trust them. They've made some smart moves. They traded away last year's number 1 when they could have took Bryce or CJ and got some draft capital. We all criticized the Montez Sweat deal. That deal then they signed him to an extension.
That worked out great for you.
Montez Sweat could actually lead the leader in sacks in 2 franchises this year. Lead leader in Washington and the Bears. So I actually kind of do trust.
That's why I'm saying I wish, like, I like Justin Fields coming out in that draft. To be quite honest, I thought he should have been the second pick.
Me too. So
I'm glad the Jets didn't take him or whatever. But I like that kid. So I hope if they do trade him, I hope he goes somewhere. You know what I'm saying, has some success for real.
Any Detroit fan,
he's a good player,
division title now, because next year I think the Bears and Packers will give them a run for their
money. That's what I said earlier. I was like, Detroit, you better enjoy this. You got Jordan Love and possibly Justin Fields coming after you, bro.
Real quick before we move on to the next game, any thoughts on Derrick Henry or Ryan Tannehill's final thoughts? Their final days.
Derrick Henry, what a way to go out today! Right. What a way to go out!
Yeah,
what a great game. That's the Derrick Henry of old. Yeah. Ryan Tannehill, he'll be a backup someplace.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill is what he is, but Derrick Henry.
Well, I mean, I want to give Tannehill credit because when he went to Tennessee, everyone was very hum-ha, and he got that team to the AFC Championship game.
Well, everybody questioned what Tennessee was doing when they signed Tannehill. What are you doing? Right. Why are you signing him? Because in Miami, he wasn't good.
Well, I mean, they all they did was give up a 5th-round pick, and I think we paid his salary and the whole shit. like we basically sold him for a 5th-round pick.
And he played well
just to get him out of there. He helped him. Like
for Ryan, the AFC Championship. It's sad to say that, and I told Sam, I said sad that Ryan Tannehill is your second great in Titans history. So we're going to exclude the Oilers from Warren Moon. But even if you had the Oilers history, it's like what? You got Steve McNair, Warren Moon, and then Ryan Tannehill as your 3 quarterbacks of all time.
Right. Well, here's my question.
That's sad.
Do they sign him back as the backup next year?
Nah, you let him go.
The quarterback.
There might be a team that would be desperate for a starting quarterback with experience.
If you're the Raiders and
maybe hold the clipboard, or one of these teams that's going to draft the quarterback early on, they may not want to start him right away.
You tell me the Raiders wouldn't want Ryan Tannehill right now?
Of course they would. 1,000%.
You look at New England. You tell me if Bill Belichick stays, he would rather take Ryan Tannehill. I mean, we know Mac Jones is gone.
Yeah, right. I agree. When they draft a quarterback, which if they're smart, they'll do it. I would sign Ryan Tannehill to a 1-year bridge deal and say, okay, Ryan, you're the starting quarterback for 1 year.
If why not stay in Tennessee and back up Will Levis?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You got familiarity with the coaching and with them.
He might be a backup. He might be a backup. Carlos,
you collect another check and you sit there and you hold the clipboard. And if you're called upon, you try to help win a game or two. He's a backup that can help you win a game or two. So that's exactly what you want.
The 2 things that I'll say is Levis has not shown he can be fully healthy starting a quarterback,
or that he's the guy, really.
Yeah, or that he's the guy.
He shows some signs, right? But they don't know for sure yet.
And if Mike Vrabel's in Tennessee next year, he loves him some Ryan Tannehill. He absolutely loves him. So they might.
We'll get into Baker here in just a minute, Carlos, with the Bucks.
Yeah. So.
Real quick, I want to hit on this game. I'm not going to give you the stats, but Lions win 20-30 over the Vikings. In this game, Sam Laporta gets hurt. Vikings are locked in now on that 3 seed. They were playing to maybe possibly get the 2 seed. What's your thoughts on here? The Lions played their full starters, and now Laporta could be out next week.
Dumb.
As Matt Stafford comes to town.
It's dumb. What are you doing, Dan Campbell? Stop being.
I mean, that's the way he's been all year, though. You know what I'm saying? And they were playing for the number 2 seed. Just like, I mean, that would.
And you had to have the Eagles and Cowboys both lose. So, like, you know what I'm
saying? So he needed some help, but you know what I'm saying? Like the situation in Miami, you're not going to sit people. You know what I'm saying? When you have an opportunity to get the number 2 seed.
I understand that, but when you get up at a certain point, when you get up 20-6, you pull 1 or 2. You just say, okay, you guys are done for the day. I'm pulling you. Dallas was not losing to Washington. Even, we'll get into that game later. But
yeah,
who on earth thought Dallas was going to lose to Washington? Nobody. So if Detroit had won last year,
hold on.
I mean, it's easy.
It's totally.
It's easy after the fact to say, "Oh, they should have pulled." You'll say, "You never know, man."
I don't think
Alan, this is totally different. He says Eagles did the same, not have AJ Brown next week. The Eagles thought if they needed to win that game, number one for morale purposes, two like to win their division, they had a chance at the division. Lions had everything locked up. It doesn't really matter if you're the 2 or the 3 seed. Like that part really doesn't matter. You're going to get one playoff. It's not like you get the bye like back in the old days. Where the top 2 seeds.
Well,
What's the difference between the 2 and the 3 seed?
Well, you get two home games instead of just one.
Maybe you got to win one first. We got to win the first playoff game.
I hear you, but
you know what I mean.
To have
there's not much difference.
I mean, it's not like Detroit is used to being in the playoffs.
Well, that's
so if you
again,
can get
shout out my guy Kenny Miller. He said Detroit's used to playing spoiler. They don't know how to rest players. They're always used to trying to spoil everybody's seasons.
Number one and number two, Dan Campbell strikes me as a coach that's way too emotional sometimes to coach. He just lets his emotions get in the way. And sure enough, early
you saw it last week with going for it for 2 even after, you know what I'm saying?
Agreed,
I know he was frustrating. He was frustrated with the horrible call, but at that point,
I'll tell you this right now, guys. I like Rams winning next week. I like Rams to beat the Lions next week.
I told you guys a couple weeks ago I could see the Rams beating San Francisco, so I could see them making a run here.
If there's no Laporta, if there's no Laporta next week.
No, he's out. He hyperextended his knee and something else.
He ain't playing next week.
No, they say he's out.
He's out, and that defense gave up big plays to the Vikings today. Big play after big play. The Rams are going to go deep to Puka. Puka is going to destroy this defense.
I mean, if the Rams are smart, they're going to run it right down. I mean, excuse me. If Detroit's smart, they're going to run it right down the Rams' throat, bro.
Detroit better have an
offensive line. Jameer Gibbs and Montgomery just run the ball right down the Rams' throat. That's the only way they're going to beat them. They're not going to beat them, I don't think, in a shootout because I don't trust Jared Goff to make more plays than Matthew Stafford. So it's going to have to be a tough, grinded-out type game. But I could so see the Rams making a run, you know what I'm saying, in these playoffs, bro. They got the experience. Matthew Stafford's healthy. Kupp and Puka healthy. Aaron Donald's healthy. Like, they still have stars on that team.
Matthew Stafford is going to have an added extra emotional boost next week. Going back to where his career started. They're dangerous. They're dangerous in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the Rams could win a game. If it was that's what makes the NFL so fun. Because if it was a 7-game series, I would take the Lions to beat them out of 4 out of 7. Yeah. But in one game, though,
you never know, man. Anybody can get caught.
I would say I'm probably going to pick the Rams money line. In Detroit will get point or what
do you think it'll be like 3.5?
That's exactly where it's going to be
3.5. 3.5. I'd still take the
Rams.
I'll take Rams with the points and the money. I like Rams money line personally.
I mean, again, who do you trust in the NFC with Philly basically hobbling into the playoffs? Like, I trust Matthew Stafford. I'll trust San Francisco. Can you trust Detroit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The Rams,
Dallas, I guess.
We'll get to the Rams game. The Rams beat the Niners with Carson Wentz today. Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
When's the last time he played?
Yeah, the Rams beat the.
Yeah, and he was not half the team. He wasn't even on the team the whole season.
Yeah, the Rams beat the Giants by 1 point, and the Giants just beat Philly. So what's your point?
The Rams are better than people think, and the Rams are gonna beat the Lions in Detroit. I
think so too, Scott. I really do. I like the Rams.
Baltimore just barely beat the Rams on an overtime punt return for a touchdown.
Agreed.
Otherwise, they would have lost. So I mean,
but I think the Rams are better than people think.
I'm with you, Scott. I'm with you.
Sleeping on the Rams this year. The Rams could be that team in the NFC to crash the party. If they play Dallas in the second round, I don't trust Dallas to beat them.
So Carlos says 27-24 Rams win by field. I think
I can see that.
I think so too.
See that.
Yeah. I think so too.
I want to give.
I'm gonna be pulling for Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Because I like the Dan Campbell story.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be pulling for them, to win their first playoff game in forever. But I won't be shocked if the Rams pull it off.
Yeah, no.
Agree.
I want to get real quick into this game. Saints win 48-17 because the Saints had everything to play for. They needed to win. Bucks lose, or Packers, Seahawks lose to get into the playoffs. None of those things happened. 48-17 Saints win. I do believe Artie Smith's probably getting fired, as he should be. Speaking of Artie Smith, he took he was pissed the fuck off after the game. The Saints scored a late touchdown in that game, Arthur Smith said that's fucking bullshit. He was cussing at Dennis Allen. Now, come to find out, they asked Dennis Allen about that. Dennis Allen said, we didn't call that. We wanted them guys to take a kneel. They wanted Jamal Williams to score a touchdown, and that's what happened. If I'm Dennis Allen, I'm saying, you know what? Fuck that.
Stop us.
Yes, exactly, Johnny. I'm saying, fuck you, Artie. Fuck you.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, honestly, either.
My guys,
don't get mad.
Well, yeah. My guys wanted. My guys wanted their guy to score a touchdown. You know what? They scored a fucking touchdown. Right. You don't fucking like it? Stop us. This is the professional football league, folks. We all get paid here. Stop being a crybaby bitch. There is no moral code. There is nothing. Run up the fucking score and try to stop us. You didn't stop us. I don't know if Jamal Williams had something like an incentive money, but I'm all for about guys getting the fucking bag and getting getting their money. If they wanted Jamal Williams to score a touchdown because it got him some extra money, then by God, get Jamal Williams his touchdown and score some money. And Artie Smith, take your crybaby ass back to the employment line, folks.
Remember when the Patriots had Randy Moss and they kept running teams out of the building?
Yeah.
And what was the overriding thing? Stop us. If you're going to complain about, stop us.
Right.
I'm going to say the same thing to Arthur Smith today. Guess what, buddy? You got your ass handed to you. Stop us. Stop them.
Right.
Don't let them score. Don't let them score.
And Atlanta definitely. Atlanta needs a new coach and a new quarterback, man. They had the opportunity. They had the opportunity to draft the quarterback. They decided to take a tight end, number 4.
Not to shake Dennis Allen's hands after the game shows that you're a poor sportsmanship.
Well, he knows he's getting fired. This game, he knew running up the score like this is going to get me fired. You got me fired.
Right.
Artie, you got
yourself fired. You got yourself fired, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
If New Orleans was the only team to offer him a job next year, what's up, Sam? He would gladly take it in a second. If Dennis Allen said to him, "Hey, I want you to be my OC next year," he would gladly take it if it was the only job offered to him.
Yeah, I think both coaches should be gone. I think Dennis Allen
be one of the only jobs that he gets offered to him.
Let me ask you guys this: both coaches gone here, Artie Smith and Dennis Allen gone.
No, I think Dennis Allen's back. Should be, but I think Dennis Allen's back. I think that the 8-9 season that they had has Dennis Allen coming back next year.
I think they're both gone. I think they're both gone.
Like, it could be.
Like, why? 8 and 9 makes it okay. Like,
because of the way they finished out.
Yeah,
that's
but they did the last 2 weeks. They balled out. They beat the Bucks, and then
they still didn't make the playoffs. And
I agree, Johnny.
They put a lot of money in Derek Carr.
I think they're both gone.
Yeah, which they shouldn't have, but they did. I fully agree with you. They should be gone, but I have a feeling.
I want to get your opinion here. We talked about it just briefly. The final thoughts and games of you were at the game of the Jags. First of all, we all agree that maybe T-Law is not the guy we all thought he was, and I want to get your thoughts on the final game of Tannehill and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, emotional moment, standing ovation. People stayed in their seats after the game and were chanting his name. Guy that just meant a whole lot to the team and to the fans, obviously. And he didn't leave the stadium until later. He was signing every single autograph he could. So I think he knows. He goes, well, I'm not saying I'm not going to be here next year. And I'm like, okay, well, you've just thanked the entire staff and even the custodians and whatnot.
That's 8 years of his life. He's gone.
Yeah.
He gone.
Yeah, he gone. The other part, yeah, I do love a good he gone. The other part of it is Ryan Tannehill talking about how he almost went rogue to try to get DeAndre Hopkins a reception so he can get a $1 million bonus. And he goes, "Doesn't matter to me. I'm out of here anyway." And I was like, "Yes, you are."
I do think they take care of D-Hop. I do. Him and Vrabel look like they had a moment, Sam, on the sidelines. I think they take care of him. He was 3 yards away from an extra $1,000 or whatever it was.
$1 million.
Yeah,
$1 million.
$1 million. $1
Give him
million.
his million.
No,
He had that. He seemed to have good chemistry with Levis too, man. I think he's only going to help next year. D-Hop, you need to draft a couple offensive linemen and maybe another weapon, but I think D-Hop is a must to have on that team next year for Levis, bro.
Well, he's under contract next year. It's just one you can move on from if you wanted to.
Right.
But they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna do it. But he broke the Titans' curse. We have brought in a veteran wide receiver, and he actually did something. So, I drink coffee over it. But hey, that was the happiest coffee drink I could ever have. As to T-Law, he made it almost easy for us there at the end. And I was just kind of
missed Ridley wide open. Yeah. Ridley was wide open.
Yeah, no, he was wide open. I was like, well, there it is. Like, we all said, there it is. And like, everybody in my section. And then we saw him miss it. We're like, huh, okay.
No, he didn't play well at all, man.
And fourth and two, Trent Edmonds, our safety, isn't good at a lot of things, but if you tell him to play man against somebody, he does a good job sticking to it. And fourth and two, you run this little out route play, and then you throw it 10 feet over the guy's head.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
It makes
he's open, bro. If he puts it right on his hands, that's an easy first down.
Right. Or like if you see Tremaine Edmonds there and it freaks you out, just run. Yeah, right. Like we weren't getting to you. It's just really bizarre to me. And, oh, my gosh, guys, Zags fans there, I've been drinking their tears all day. It has been rather delicious. There was a man literally on his knees, and he is just like, we can't beat this fucking team and we want to. Like, he was so upset. And the Jags fans, God bless them, they go through a lot. And then we're like, hey, congratulations, you're doing well now. And they're all like, go F yourself, blah, blah, blah. And now we have no sympathy for him.
Right.
So,
Sam, let me ask you something. Yeah. I know Tajay Spears is the number one back next year. Do you see them bringing in somebody else to help them out? They just can't go with him. They got to find people, right?
They'll buy somebody. I think that they had Dante Foreman at one point, and he was doing really well. I would imagine they would try to bring somebody like that back, or somebody along that kind of body type to come back. If you need to get 1 yard, you could get 1 yard. Right. But yeah, as well as him today, Spears did it better. People don't want to talk about that, but it's 100% true. He did it better than Derek did.
Yeah. Well, Henry should go. Sam, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Henry should go to a team that is on the Super Bowl cusp.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Early indication from what I have heard and what Scuttlebutt is that he's going to be a Steeler next year. I don't know if that changes. Yeah, I don't know if that's. Like I said, it's
I don't Najee and Jalen Warner and fucking
they may move on from Najee. Did they pick up his fifth year option? I don't know if they picked up his fifth year option.
I think they would boot Najee.
Yeah,
I would take Derrick Henry over Najee.
Yeah, Derrick Henry and Ty Warren.
Here's a team. Here's a team. What about the Ravens?
Here's a guy.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, I think.
What about the Ravens? They got Dalvin Cook for the rest of the year for the playoffs, but
it's absolutely correct.
Who knows what J.K. Dobbins comes back as?
That would be scary at either one of those, Pittsburgh or Baltimore. That'd be scary.
You got to look at any team that has a solid offensive line.
Yeah.
Not Detroit, Baltimore, Chicago for 1 year to get Roschon.
Well, the Bears don't have an offensive line, Scott.
Well, but if they go through in free agency and bring in offensive linemen, I could see them signing Henry to a 1-year deal, short term. And Dallas has always been out there.
Yeah, the
Jerry
Cowboys.
Jones pull the trigger and say, "Okay, we're going to bring him in for 1 year because we don't think Tony Pollard can handle the every down."
Tony's proven that he can't. Tony's proven he can't.
So Derrick Henry would be a perfect solution for them.
I mean, wherever he goes, he's gonna help that team out. But if you're a big offensive line, big time running attack type team, him in Baltimore or Pittsburgh, it will be kind of scary.
I do want to jump into the next game real quick. Bucks win 9-0 over Carolina. I mean, just 3 field goals. The Bucks clinch the NFC South, which I know today's game wasn't great, but we all owe Baker Mayfield and the Bucks apology. I think everybody on the panel damn near picked them to finish last or second to last, and here they win 3rd straight AFC South division. I don't want to. There's no much stats to either side, but I want to get your guys' thoughts here on Bucks winning over the Panthers and clinching the AFC South.
I'm not a fan of the crotch-grabbing Chihuahua, so I will not owe him an apology. He can eat one, for as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm not apologizing either. I think I actually picked them to win a division because of Mike Evans and
you better think
the other offensive weapons
there.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And they're coming off a Super Bowl a few years ago. They had all the pieces around them. Baker just needed to not give the games away. Which for the most part he played fairly well. He had his stretches.
I said this.
Well,
I said this. I mean, me and Scott went back and forth on the old text message. I know they're probably going to give it to Joe Flacco, but why not Baker Mayfield for comeback player of the year? Why not?
It's possible. It's possible.
I mean, it's possible.
He got his team to the playoffs. He played all season. He played great.
Yeah.
Why not Baker? Why does Baker get so much goddamn hate?
So the 3 things
because he's kind of brash and outspoken and shit. So I mean, I don't mind that at my quarterback.
Hey Johnny,
I'd rather my quarterback be.
Hey Johnny, I'll tell you this. That. Yeah, I don't want to sound racial or whatnot. But if he was black and if he was any place else, people would love him.
You know why I don't give it to Baker? Here's why I don't give it to Baker. He doesn't make those commercials anymore.
No, but tell me I'm wrong. But I don't. Tell me I'm wrong.
There's 3 guys I think that are in consideration, and then I'll get to the Bucks game in a minute. The 3 guys are Flacco, Baker, and Breece Hall. Breece Hall had an outstanding finish to the year, and nobody talks about Breece Hall. He went down in Week 7 last year, and I know we're not going to talk about Jesse, but he went down in Week 7 last year, Breece Hall, with ACL surgery, and he came back, and this year he looked like he started to show signs at the end of the year that he was the Breece Hall before he went down with ACL. So those were the 3 that we give it to. The one thing I will say about the Bucks is this: boy, Mike Evans at the end of the year did not do himself any favors. Boy, he didn't.
Nope.
Baker did not get him the ball at all down the end of the year, and that's a problem with the Bucks. They can't score if Mike Evans does not get the ball.
I want to hold on. I just want to shout out to my guy Kemper here. He said, I feel like I'm dreaming. Is this really playoff? He's a big Packers fan, obviously. No one saw this coming. We are in. It's time to make. You're right, Kemper. If you rewind Kemp, if you go back to my intro, I mean, I talked all about the Packers, baby, and us getting into the playoffs, and all the haters. Kemp, hey. This guy to kudos Kemp and he's a very pessimistic Packers fan. I'm very much on the roller coaster up and down. And so Kemper's always kind of been, hey, we're gonna make the playoffs. Where I'm like, fuck them. I live week to week. It is what it is. So kudos to my guy Kemp for acknowledging that. So
yeah, I mean he should be feeling good, man.
Yeah,
like I said, especially like you said, you were able to kind of just sit back and enjoy the season because there were no expectations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you were able to enjoy it. You were able to see, growth in the offense, especially at quarterback and wide receivers. Like I said, I think your coach, especially towards the end of the year, did a really good job with how he, put the players in good positions. You still got one of the best running backs in Aaron Jones. So, yeah, I like what the Packers have done.
What happened?
Sam said he had to leave.
He'll be right back.
He said he'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, congratulations to Nick and Kemp. You guys deserve it. Green Bay did what down the stretch what they needed to do to get it. So.
But back to Baker. I do feel like Baker could be comeback player of the year, and and again, like I don't want to, like Johnny said, he's brash, he's vocal.
Mm-hmm.
If he was,
I mean, Josh Allen ain't no different, and they love Josh Allen for it.
Yeah,
so it depends on what the media, who they decide to like and who they decide not to like, and then put out their narratives.
Here's the thing with me: Damar Hamlin should not get comeback player of the year. Give him another award.
Right,
just create an award, give it to him.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, props to him for you know what I'm saying, and thank goodness that he's okay or whatever. But to give him the award just because he was able to step on the field this year, I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
Man. Especially because he came back from it and played some last year.
Yeah.
So it's not like he didn't play at all after that last year, then came back and played this year. So I agree with that totally.
So the Damar Hamlin thing has puzzled me all year because
well I say this, you name the award.
I mean, I get it.
I think Big Cat from Pardon My Take said that he tweeted this or said this. You name the award Damar Hamlin. Hey, you name the award. Hey, the Damar Hamlin.
That would be a better. Yeah, that would be a better tribute to him instead of giving it the award. Name it the Damar Hamlin Comeback Player of the Year award.
I mean, Damar Hamlin, he had 4 tackles all season. Yeah, he came back from death, and we all get it. Hey, everybody in the world understands that. Everybody on the world understands that.
Right.
But you know what?
But we're talking about on the field play and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Does the NFL give it to Hamlin? We don't know. Yeah.
There's no doubt. You can't even bet it because he's like minus 400. You can't even bet it.
I do want to get into the last game real quick. I'm not going to read any stats off here. Cowboys win 38-10. They are officially the 2 seed as my Packers come to town. So
nice.
Any thoughts on the Cowboys winning the 2 seed? Now it isn't. I do want to note that nobody in the NFC East has won like back to back for like fucking 15 years.
2007, I think, was the last repeat, something like that. 2009.
Damn. It was like that in the NFC South for the longest time, where somebody different would win it every year.
Now the Bucks have won it 3 years in a row.
You know, but the thing is,
they handled their business. You know what I'm saying? They took advantage of Philly totally imploding.
2005, Allen said. Here's the thing: the Cowboys have won it 1 year, then the Eagles, back to the Cowboys, back to the Giants.
Back almost 20 years in 2005.
There's been no repeat winners 2 years in a row.
Wow.
You can't say
wild.
That. But with me, the Cowboys, the offensive player of the year is CeeDee Lamb in my mind.
So the last time a team went to back was actually the Eagles. The Eagles won it from 01, 02, 03, 04, 04 was the last time a team went back to back. After that, it was the Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Washington, Eagles, Cowboys, Washington, Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles, Washington, Cowboys, Eagles.
Jeez. Wow.
So damn near 20 years. 20, I mean, literally 20 years today because it's 2004 season. So since 04
if the Cowboys hadn't thrown up on themselves last year, the Cowboys would be 3-time NFC East Division champions.
I hear you with the CD. CD's having a phenomenal year, but you really give it to him over Tyreek or CMC?
No.
I don't know. I don't know how many people
And Tyreek is playing on one ankle. These last
CD's had a great year, Scott, but I'm still giving Tyreek or
Tyreek or McCaffrey.
I mean, the MVP of the NFL is Christian McCaffrey. That's the MVP of the NFL.
No, it's Lamar. Bro. It's Lamar.
It's gonna be Lamar.
No, I agree, Scott. I'm with you. I'm with CMC. I give it CMC or Tyreek.
Yeah,
Lamar's gonna get it because that's what they always do. They want to get
right. So that's what I'm saying. So it'll be either be CMC or Tyreek will win offensive player of the year.
Oh, if that's the case, I think it should be co-offensive player of the year. Tyreek and CMC.
Yeah, that's fine.
If CD's not going to get it, it should be co. That's what I think.
Yeah,
But
I'm okay with that.
yeah, it's just CD Lamb has carried that team down the end of the season. Yeah, I agree with you.
He's played
Alan's
great.
a homer, so I knew Alan would say something like that. But CD Lamb has carried that offense on his back for the last 4 or 5 games.
I hear you.
Yeah. No, you're right, Scott. No, I mean Lamb has played great. He has proven every bit why he's the why he wears number 88. You know what I mean?
He teams know the ball's going to him and they still can't stop him. That's the whole thing. 13 catches.
I would say this, and we talked about it. I said this morning, I said reports are if Mike McCarthy don't get to the NFC Championship game at the minimum, he's probably going to be fired. But how are you going to fire him after Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb put MVP Offensive Player of the Year candidates? You know what I mean? Like, they're in that group.
See, I mean, I think that's if he don't make the NFC title game, he's going to get – then you already want to fire him. You might as well fire him because I don't see them making the NFC title game.
I think the only way he gets fired
is to deal with this next week to the Packers anyway, baby.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they go out and lose to the Packers like 31-7 next week,
yeah, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Yep. Hey,
Mike,
you think I'm hyped up tonight?
Right, I was about to say.
Wait till we do a show.
I was about to say Nick is gonna be that meme of the South Park character. Just chilling on the chair.
Your boy is gonna be dancing. Hey, I might come on the show butt ass naked next Sunday if we fucking beat the Cowboys.
Johnny, you know what the worst thing is going to be? Is if Dallas and Green Bay is a Monday night game next week while we're on the show. Nick is not going to be paying attention to
you might as well find another host. Find a host. Hey, where's Nick at? He ain't hosting tonight.
Nick is half a bottle in on his alcohol.
We're gonna need another bottle of Terramana, Scott. We're gonna need another bottle of Terramana.
That's gonna be the Sunday 425 game.
Nah, that could be the Monday night game. No, Monday night. That could be Packers.
I think whoever's playing Kansas City will probably be
Packers Dallas Monday night.
So I said it this morning. I'll say it again. Kansas City's getting either Sunday night or Monday night. Dallas is getting Sunday night or Monday night. That's the two.
That's what I'm saying. I think Kansas City will get Monday night, especially if it's Pittsburgh at Kansas City. That's a pretty even Miami. God forbid Miami loses tonight. It'll be Miami at Kansas City. That's a good Monday night game.
Yeah, because
I do want to. While we're on the Packers, real quick, I just want to read their stats real quick. Jordan Love, 17, or Justin Fields only 17-16, 148 yards, 12 of 28 yards for Khalil Herbert. We get to the Packers real quick. Jordan Love. I mean, Johnny, you said it. Only 5 incompletions, 27 of 32, 316 yards, 2 touchdowns. Should have been a third one. Aaron Jones, 22, 111 yards. Jaden Reed, 4 for 112. Who the fuck is Bo Melton? I didn't even know who the fuck Bo Melton was until about 2 weeks ago.
He's the second best Packers receiver right now. That's who he is.
5 for 62. Daytonavian Wick. Scott, at the beginning of the year, if I would have said Bo Melton and Daytonavian Wicks are going to fucking be our leaders in week fucking 19, you would have said, Nick, you're high. But Daytonavian Wicks, 6 for 61 and 2 touchdowns. Packers win. Who knows what the Bears do with Jordan Love? I mean,
Nick, I actually picked up Wicks and played him in the championship.
I need 1 second.
Last week. I actually picked him up in a championship game and played him last week, Wicks, because I just thought Bo Melton is their third wide receiver.
I mean,
Romeo Dawgs has been relegated to off the map right now.
Who's that?
Romeo Dawgs.
He got hurt. He got banged up, but he's played.
He got banged up.
Yeah.
But now you're getting Christian Watson back probably next week. He's really close to playing. I mean, he's close. So if you get Christian Watson back 100% healthy and Aaron Jones is 100% healthy,
Aaron Jones, 100 plus yards.
Dallas next week, because Green Bay can give them a game, if not beat them next week. It's possible, but it's all gravy. I mean, it's all gravy. The Packers, they deserve to be in the playoffs. They were the best team down the stretch out of the teams that were vying for it. So
it is. It is. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, but their receiving core in 3 years, scary as can be.
Yeah, they're the youngest team in the playoffs, or in the playoffs.
Yeah. Sorry, the dog needed to go out.
Oh, you're good, Johnny. Real quick, Cowboys beat the Commanders 38-10. Dak Prescott 31 or 36, 279 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sam Howell 153 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Tony Pollard 1 touchdown. We know it's Packers Cowboys next week. Cowboys clinch the NFC East. But I want to get you guys' kind of thoughts here. I mean, we know, hey, Ron Rivera is officially it's over in his era, and it looks like the GM's going to be gone too.
Well, we knew that was coming. We knew all this was coming. I mean, Rivera for 3 weeks, we've known, if not longer, he's done. So
yeah,
I'm just looking up to see if I can see any playoff spreads. I do actually. There are a couple playoff spreads. I'll give it to you after. I just basically think that Ron Rivera was a dead man walking. Whoever gets that job has a lot of work to do, I think. So,
yeah.
There's some pieces there. I mean, you kind of expected it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it'd go so bad. I expected more from the offense. I know Sam Howell put up some numbers, but like, what happened to Terry McLaurin? Like he was barely used this year. I mean, he was a good young up and coming wide receiver. You got what's the other kid, the speedy kid, Dotson there. You got Gibson. You got Gibson and Robinson in the backfield. So you have some pieces there. But yeah, they need to clean house as far as the coaching.
They're going to clean house. New GM, new head coach. It's all they're all gone.
Yeah, and the thing is that I don't even know where they draft, but are they anywhere near possibly getting a quarterback? No. So I think they ride with Sam Howell. Try to build around him.
Maybe you get Michael Penix.
Washington's drafted 4th.
They drafted 4th.
No, are they drafted 4th? Yeah, they are drafted 3rd or 4th. So they could get Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels has been mocked to go top 5.
Or Michael Penix or somebody like that. Why not?
Penix, yeah, because Caleb Williams is going. Drake May's going. I wouldn't mind Jaden Daniels for Washington. Wouldn't mind him at all.
It'll be interesting who their head coach is.
Number 2. Okay. They got the number 2 pick.
I mean, so why not take Marvin Harris? See, I don't know. I like Sam Howell, but I understand other people's thought processes or whatever. But a new general manager and stuff may want their own quarterback. So I get it.
I want to get into the next game real quick. Giants beat Philly 27-10. Philly had everything to play for as they were trying to play for the division. It didn't even fucking matter because they decided not to play. AJ Brown gets hurt in this game. Not Fields, but who's
Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts. Thanks, Scott. Jalen Hurts gets fucking hurt in this game. Giants win 27-10 as Hurts gets pulled. Mariota gets 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Giants, Tyrod Taylor, 297 yards, 1 touchdown. Saquon had 18 for 46 and 2 touchdowns. The Eagles have lost 5 out of 6 games. I don't know if I remember a team back in crumbling so hard into the playoffs than I do with this Eagles team, Johnny. What's your thoughts here? As the Eagles, they're in, but shit.
We were kind of like we thought something was off pretty much all year long. All year long, they just seem to kind of be off.
Now they're way off.
And you worry about the whole Super Bowl hangover for the losing team, but they come out to a nice 10-1 start. So you're thinking, they're not as dynamic as last year, but they're finding ways to win. That's proof of a good team. And then they just completely fell off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? Losing 5 of the last 6, similar to what Jacksonville wound up doing. Lost the NFC East. And now I'm with you on that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
And they went 11-6. So they were, Johnny, they were 10-1 at one point.
Right. So they were,
the season
1-5 the last 6 games. So would I be shocked if Tampa Bay beat them? No. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what they do.
I would right now pick the Bucs over the Eagles.
Yeah, especially in Tampa. yeah, I'm with you on that one, man. I wouldn't be shocked if Tampa Bay beat them. It's a little surprising, you know.
Scott, what the fuck happened in Philadelphia? I mean, like, I've been asking everybody every day, what the fuck is going on? What happened in Philly?
So they lost their coordinators, and that's a big thing for them. I think
It's not even
lost-
that they lost coordinators. That was the beginning of the year.
Right.
Like,
they lost their coordinators and they went 10-1.
Yeah. They were
I
so,
if they would have struggled all year, then I kind of get that, but they were 10-1.
And what, yeah.
I mean,
my belief is that their defense wasn't as good as people thought. Number one, they didn't play Dallas in that 10-1 stretch. They didn't play these teams in the 10-1 stretch. They never put a good offensive game together. I don't think Jalen Hurts even had a great game. I mean, last year he was throwing for 300 yards, rushing for 75 and 2 touchdowns. I don't remember a complete Jalen Hurts game all year long. And that to me is troubling. When your quarterback does not play a complete game, you're going to have problems winning games in the NFL. And then they went up to Seattle, and they basically allowed Seattle to march down the field in the fourth quarter. A Drew Lock-led Seattle team. That to me, that game right there told me they're in serious trouble.
Yeah,
and I agree with you, Nick. They're going to Tampa Bay next week, and I'm not picking the Eagles to win. I think the Eagles lose that game in Tampa. I just do.
Well, I mean, now they got some injuries going on too, and
yeah,
supposedly there's some turmoil between players and Sirianni. So, like, you know what I'm saying, is he starting to wear on people? But you know what I'm saying, winning is the ultimate deodorant. So if they beat Tampa and then move on to the next one, I think it'll die down a little bit. But if they lose this game to Tampa, then I think they're gonna be under a bit of a microscope next year. You know what I'm saying, to see how they rebound from that. Yeah.
Listen, the thing with Philadelphia is this: were they as good as their 10-1 record was? No. Are they as bad as they are at the end of the season? I don't think so. I think they're somewhere in the middle.
Right.
Maybe the playoffs give them a fresh new, coat of paint, so to speak, and they come out.
I mean, they have the pedigree from just being there last year, so I mean, they can easily go on a run. I can't trust see them getting bumped off.
I don't trust them. I can't trust them.
I wouldn't. Pick
I'm going to put my bet in after the show's over because Tampa Bay is a 2.5-point underdog at home.
Well, I'll take it. I'll take the buck.
I was about to say I'll take the
plus 2.5 Tampa Bay is. I'm putting it in because I just think that Philly just does not have a solution to Mike Evans and Rashad White, and that's the problem. I think Philly is going to lose. They'd be better off losing against Tampa next week.
I saw something today. Do you fire Shane Steichen? I said no way. You can't fire him.
Who would say that?
Shane Steichen.
The Colts head coach?
Not Shane Steichen, but
Sirianni?
Sirianni?
No, you can't fire him. No.
That's what if you want to punch him in the face, would you fire him?
Yes. Everybody wants to punch him in the face. The owner wants to punch him in the face.
I want to punch him and then say you're fired and then say hire him again just to punch him again. So,
He was
I don't think so. Like I said, they might be under a bit of a microscope next year. If they lose in Tampa, then people are going to be kind of like watching them next year to see if they stumble or whatever. But if they have a relatively good year next year and are battling for the division, I don't think he'll be on a hot seat or nothing like that.
No,
now,
I think
if they tank next year, which I don't see it happening, if they come up with a 4-12.
They've lost 5 out of 6 games.
Right.
Most coaches don't survive that, but he did go to the Super Bowl last year.
He did go to the Super Bowl last year, and they were he's still 11-6 and in the playoffs, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like he went 5-12.
As strange as it sounds,
I get it.
As strange as it sounds, he never recovered from his coordinators getting hired by other teams. He didn't. Never did.
You pounded on that.
So Scott, it's crazy that you say that. Yeah. So they Vic Fangio was in the working for the Eagles last year, and they wanted to hire Vic as their DC, but the problem was Gannon. They couldn't be like, hey, we're gonna fire Gannon, even though he was the fucking helped us get to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, right?
You're right, but here's the thing. So Gannon was there. Dolphins hire Vic, and then 1 week later, Gannon leaves
to go to Arizona.
DC to go to Arizona.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they're stuck with Matt Patricia as their defensive. Matt Patricia and somebody else, and now Matt
offensive assistant Matt Patricia.
Yeah.
Now it's DC for Philadelphia. Yes.
Philadelphia gets too much hype too, as well. I don't think he's in any kind of hot seat or anything like that. Like I said, if they wind up having like a 4-13 year next year, then the seat will be hot going into the following season. But coming off of a Super Bowl appearance, and you make the playoffs the next year, I don't think he's in trouble. I don't think.
The owner's going to sit him down during the offseason and say, "Hey, clean your house." Like, this can't happen.
Is AJ Brown there next year?
I don't know.
I think.
Sam, what's his contract look like? Do you know?
Who? AJ Brown?
Yeah,
I think it's a 4 to 5 year one.
He signed a 4-year, $100 million contract.
I mean, there might be an out after this past, because this was the third season, right?
Right. Considering that most of the negative press is surrounding that man.
Second season. This is the second season.
Yeah, second season.
Hold on, real quick. Alan's chiming here. Saturday games: Browns versus Texans, and 6th seed versus Chiefs. Sunday games: 7th seed 8 versus AFC East.
Monday Eagles at Bucks. I like it.
That's the worst game you could put.
Mondays. I would not put Eagles Cowboys as the Monday game.
Eagles Bucks.
No, Eagles Bucks. Eagles Bucks.
Thanks, Alan. You're so helpful.
I'm drunk and high.
I would.
Yeah, you are.
I am. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bucks with the Rams Lions.
Yeah.
Monday night.
Yeah,
that's what I would do. Yeah. You guys realize next week?
We are not
Packers Cowboys would have been
sponsored yet, but eventually we'll be sponsored by Terramana in today's episode.
You guys realize next week the Eagles could be without AJ Brown and Devontae Smith?
Ooh.
Hey. It happens, man.
Didn't Hurts get banged up too?
He did. It's dislocated a finger.
Yeah, he's been banged up most of the year, to be quite honest. But honestly, bro, with all the injuries going around, I don't want to hear about who's playing. It is. Everybody's got injuries right now. You know what I'm saying? When you're getting paid $250 million or whatever Jalen Hurts just got, you need to find a way to win that game, regardless of.
So I just do want to hold on real quick. We'll just go to the last game here. Seahawks won, but they're not going to get in the playoffs. Rams do win 21-20. Carson wins 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sam Darnold played in this game. Rams, we already knew the 49ers clinched the 1 seed. Rams do win and now headed to Detroit. Any thoughts here on Rams 49ers before we get out of here? Before we
watch out for the Rams. They're a dangerous 6 seed. They're a live 6 seed. Watch out for them.
I'm with Scott. I mentioned it several weeks ago that I can see the Rams making a run. I can see them beating San Fran in San Fran. I would be worried about the Rams. They got the championship pedigree. They got a veteran championship Super Bowl winning quarterback. Aaron Donald's still there. You got Cooper Kupp is healthy. Puka's healthy. Like I said, they could make a run. I don't know how far they'll get, but they could make it. They'll be a scary out. And not for nothing, again, Dallas better be ready to play, bro. Dallas better be ready to play because Green Bay's playing with house money. So they're gonna go in there loose as hell, ready to play and have fun. And if Jordan Love gets hot, you know what I'm saying, Dallas might be in trouble in that one. So that'll be an interesting one. I would have rather that one on Monday night than the Eagles.
Me too.
At Bucks, but you know what? At least we won't have to. None of us will be invested in that on Monday, so we'll be able to have a great Monday night show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that would be good.
Nick's not turning red at the camera, banging his desk, going, "Damn it! Damn it!
Very quick. Okay, Cleveland's playing Houston.
That's a big game.
Houston is +2 at home against Cleveland.
Ooh. They smoked
taking
him last
Houston.
time, though.
Like
I
I
mean,
want to take
different,
Houston, bro. I want to
Yeah.
take Houston,
I
but
might take
that-
Cleveland.
I'm
that
taking
Browns
Cleveland.
defense, that
That's-
Browns defense.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
a
get to- I'll
rookie
get to
team
Nick-
in the playoffs too.
Yeah,
Like first,
yeah.
I
just
feel like the Texans are much like the Packers.
Yeah.
Whatever happens tomorrow or whatever happens next week happens. It's gravy.
Right.
I'll get to Nick's Packers
Figure it out. We're
at
gonna
last.
figure
I
Rams
love Nick
Detroit.
like this. Look at him. He's just
Rams-
like, listen, let me tell you something real quick.
I ain't gonna lie to you, boys. I'm drunk.
Detroit's favored by 3.5 over the Rams. I'm taking the Rams.
I'm taking the
I think
Rams on
gonna
that.
beat
I'm taking the
Detroit.
Rams too.
All right.
What is it, Scott? I'm sorry, Scott. I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
3.5. Detroit's favored by 3.5.
Oh, I take the Rams.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Rams.
I like the Rams money line. I like the Rams
Philadelphia,
money
Tampa.
line.
Philadelphia's favored by 2.5. I'm taking
Hey,
Tampa.
Scott, what's the Rams money line plus?
Rams money line is plus 145.
Ooh,
Oh goodness.
that's a good
I'm
bet
throwing
right
money
there,
on
man.
I think the
Yeah.
Rams can beat them outright.
There might be a few upsets next week, man.
Yep.
It's gonna be
Tampa Bay is
interesting.
plus 2.5 against Philadelphia. I'm taking Tampa Bay. I'm taking Tampa Bay.
All right, we ready for our turds and our dogs?
One second.
Yeah. Thanks, Johnny. Who's a goddamn
Green
supposed to be
Bay-
boxing show and you're fucking hosting here.
Green Bay is getting 7 against Dallas.
Johnny, we'll go ahead. We'll start out with our turds of the week. I think we're all going to have turds of the week the same. Johnny, who's your turd of the week?
I mean, the whole Jacksonville organization, Trevor Lawrence, but we've discussed that we're going to have a turds of the year, so they're going to be a candidate for me for that.
Yeah, next
gonna,
week will be turds of the year.
I'm going to put this on Minshew. 13 to 24, 141, and a horrible pass on that 4th and 2 play. Granted, he shouldn't probably have been in that situation because you should have ran Jonathan Taylor, but Jonathan Taylor had 30 rushes for 188 yards, and you're at home. You had every opportunity to win that game against the Houston Texans. You can't complete a little swing out pass. Like, he was literally falling back for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have stepped up and actually made a good pass to the guy. So, unfortunately, my turd of the week, because Jacksonville is bigger than turd of the week, they're turd of the year nominee. So I'm gonna go with Gardner Minshew for my turd of the week this week, man. You had every opportunity to win a playoff spot right there, and you.
So you got Gardner Minshew.
Yep, I'm putting it on Minshew.
All right, Scott.
All right. I'm going away from Jacksonville. I'm going to the Los Angeles Chargers organization. Today, you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs with no Mahomes,
They could be turd of the week too.
no
Turd of the
Pacheco,
year.
They're a
Kelce.
candidate too, yo.
no L'Jarius Sneed. You're playing without all those guys, and you can't score a touchdown.
Right.
Easton Stick, 28 of 47. 47 passes.
Why is he throwing the ball 47 times?
258 yards, 0 touchdowns. Austin Eckler, 10 carries, 11 yards. That's the way the Chargers have been all year long.
I guess that's why they threw the ball 47
Until
times.
they get a new coach, and they're rumored to be the favorite for Harbaugh. Until they get a new coach that can come in, clean house, do whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
The Chargers are going to be this way. Sorry, Rob Logan. Chargers are going to be this way until they change. So my turn of the week is the Chargers organization.
Nice.
Sam, do you have a turd of the week?
I do.
It's the Titans organization for let Derrick Henry go. How could you do this to me?
I'm the one that's like, he literally got, by the way, he got the press conference today and he goes, I should have scored on that long run. I'm getting old. And I'm over there going, like, everybody's like, Sam, you're so mean or whatever. Anyway, so this is what happens. We have to combat your own fan base. I'm just thinking Trevor Lawrence here. I'm sorry. There were so many opportunities to take over. You know, we have a terrible secondary, but he just played right into their hands. And then eventually we just stopped blitzing because he was throwing so bad. And I'm just kind of stunned. So yeah, Trevor Lawrence, of all this offseason and all this season, I've heard about how great he is and whatever. And what have you got to show for it? A lost season. That's pathetic. Trevor Lawrence is a turd of the week.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Sam. My turd of the week is none other than
Sunshine.
the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fucking sunshine, whether it's Doug Peterson, you got everything to play for. You win, you're in, and you're the AFC South champions. You are my week 18 turd of the week. I mean, Trevor Lawrence missed so many open receivers.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it done. You know what? Trevor Lawrence, you're my week 18 turd of the week.
Well deserved. And again, like you mentioned, nominees for turd of the year, along with Atlanta and some other ones there.
I think we could retire the turd of the year award to the Jaguars. I think we could retire it.
Next week,
there's a couple other ones.
We'll give our turd of the year award next week. So,
all right,
Johnny, who's your dog of the week?
There's a few different nominees. I'm gonna leave Jordan Love for yourself. CJ Stroud could be one, but I'm gonna go down to Tennessee and give it to Mr. Henry. 19 carries, 153 yards, and a touchdown. 8.1 yards per carry for Sir Henry. So you'll say shout out to Derrick Henry. Great career in Tennessee. I don't know where he's gonna wind up, but I wish him nothing but the best. He was a lot of fun to watch, and in his final game at home, helps lead his team to a victory and knock out the Jacksonville Jaguars from the playoff contention. So shout out to Derrick Henry and the Tennessee. He's got to feel great. They've got to feel great. So shout out to Derrick Henry.
Those guys got to feel even better.
He is my dog of the week.
Scott, who's your dog of the week?
So I was going to leave the Titan stuff for Sam, but Johnny stole that thunder.
No, you're fine. I have another one in mind, so you're good.
There was a bunch of guys that you could go with, but I'm going to go back to Saturday night. I'm going to go back to CJ Stroud. I think for what that kid has done in the NFL, I think he's probably had the best rookie season as a quarterback in at least 2 decades I can remember. He's a guy that's cool under pressure. He doesn't get rattled. He just leads that team over and over again. His Tank Dell, who was his receiver, gets injured. He just goes to Nico Collins. And Devin Singletary's running
another
the ball.
one who had a dog performance.
Oh, yeah. Nico could be dog of the week.
So my dog of the week, and he could be dog of the year, is CJ Stroud. He's led the Texans to, and shout out to Rios. Congratulations. CJ Stroud is my dog of the week.
Nice.
Sam, who's your dog of the week?
I'm going Spears for this one. Derek did great. Don't get me wrong, but Spears, that's the future right there. That touchdown pass or run, and he slowed down just for a second for the linebacker to break his ankles and then took off for a touchdown. Brilliant. And he got 2 of them today. The last one, he kind of just ricocheted off a guy and just held the ball up in the air one-handed as he got to the end zone. And I was sitting there like, that boy is ready to go.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to have him on my I am happy to have him on my team, and I'm happy he can catch the ball.
Yeah. No, I liked him back in the draft. I was banging the table for either him or Devon Achane. Those are the 2 I wanted. I got one of them.
He came in with barely any ACL on his right knee, and I'm like, well, why the hell are we drafting this guy? That's why.
Yeah, that's why.
Yep.
You may only have a few years of it.
His dog was Mike Tomlin, which I'm perfectly okay with.
Yep.
Totally.
Getting in the playoffs.
You're
but
welcome,
Johnny,
Steelers, by the way.
You said it. I'm gonna save your guy for let you be the dog. I was gonna go Nico Collins, but as a Packer fan, I gotta go my guy Jordan Love. Absolute dog. All the cards stacked against him. Everybody had the pick, and this man led us to the playoffs with the youngest NFL fucking team of the year ever. And this man says, you know what? I'm going to go, sorry, I got to fix my glasses. 21 of 32, 316 yards, 2 touchdowns, and lead my team to the playoffs. I got 2 words for you. Suck it, everybody. Jordan Love is my Week 17 or 18 dog of the week, Jordan Love.
Boy, what do you guys think that
Well
mask
deserved,
smells like?
bro.
What do you
Well
think that mask
deserved.
smells like inside? It's got to be like.
Well, I about threw up in. I'm not going to say.
I'm about to say he was in that mask for a while.
There's not a lot of oxygen in there, you know. He's just like breathing.
I have drank way too much tequila. I was going to throw up in there about another 5 minutes.
Well deserved, man. He had a great game, bro.
Johnny, any final thoughts? Your team is up 14-7 here going into the third.
Yep. Just hopefully it keeps on going the way it's going. Dolphins are, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know because I'm here on the show with you guys. I wasn't even paying attention. Just let whatever happens happen. But congratulations to all the teams out there that made the playoffs this year, whether it be your first time or a team like Pittsburgh that just seems to make it every year. Some really good matchups next week for the playoffs. I'm looking forward to that. Had a blast here today. Congratulations, you know what I'm saying, Nick, on your Packers. Sam, your Titans getting a big victory. And, you know what I'm saying, Scott, don't worry about it. You're going to have a top pick, so you'll probably get a nice, shiny new quarterback. We'll see who's coaching them. We'll see who's coaching them. But shout out to everybody in the comments, Alan, Rios, Bo, I saw in there, all the guys up there. So appreciate it. I'm still on the fence, Alan. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm still on the fence about a post-game show, but we probably will do a quick one depending on what happens in this second half. But you know what I'm saying? Just had a great time. Looking forward. Hopefully we win this game and can't wait for tomorrow night, national championship game, and we get our Monday night show back together where we have Jim and Jonathan. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, no doubt. Tomorrow night. Scott, any final thoughts?
I'm here for the Tanner and Nick experience tomorrow night because it's going to certainly be an experience tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, that fucking hater.
Yes, it is.
Again, I'll just piggyback on what John said. Congratulations to all the playoff teams. Well deserved, all of them. Nobody backed in this year.
It's been a fun season, man. It's been a fun season.
Yeah, it's been a fun season. Can't believe it's over already. Week 18 is come and gone so fast.
Crazy.
As it does all the time. Playoffs should be really interesting this year. So a lot of teams that could make the Super Bowl. So
yeah.
Shout out to all those teams. Good luck to everybody. To their fan bases across the Let's Talk Sports Network.
Yes, enjoy.
Congratulations to everybody. Nick, Rios, Johnny. Anybody, Rob Logan,
Alan.
has a lot of work to do.
Shout out to Rob Logan.
Yes.
Winning the fantasy LTS.
Yeah, hopefully Rob's doing well.
Yeah.
He's
feel
on
better, bud.
Speedy road to recovery. Hopefully he hasn't watched any Chargers games lately because if he has,
well, he already knows his coach got fired, so he's good.
Oh, he's good. Okay.
He's good.
Okay. But yeah, good luck to everybody. I mean, I hope there's a couple of upsets here to pull off in the first round. So
Totally.
I'm here for chaos.
Sam, you got any final thoughts of the 2017 or 2017? What the fuck am I? God damn, I'm not. 2020.
For this last season.
Yeah, whatever season. 23, 24 season.
We'll get there. Just keep walking the sidewalk. We'll get there.
23, 24 season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I will tell anybody if your team is doing well right now, enjoy the ride. Okay, my window shut was about 3 years, and we didn't get it done, but I got to sit there and watch the running back that pretty much carried us when he had to, and the quarterback that carried us when we had to, and it's over. And it can go, and as quickly as it's here, it can as quickly go away. So enjoy the ride. Enjoy your team in the playoffs. You don't get them. Some teams don't get them very often. Some teams do. Good for you. But enjoy the ride either way. And enjoy just everything about the playoffs. It's cool. I'm with Scott. I would enjoy some chaos. I would enjoy some upsets. It's going to be great. And Nick, take a shot.
I'm out of tequila.
Yeah, he's out. He's out.
Nick,
already.
Nick,
Nick,
are you pissed the Jets beat the Patriots today?
Alan, I have 70 at this moment. Alan, we have $75 million in cap space, but they're probably about to let Henry and Tannehill go.
Right.
So that'll bop you up.
Yeah. Reinforce that offensive line, bro, and
you want me to tell you why?
get another weapon or two.
Have to.
Nick, you want me to tell you why? Because next year, if the Jets lost today, the Jets would have went to Green Bay, which means Aaron Rodgers would have come back next year.
Man,
honestly,
that
wouldn't phase him. I think Jordan Love would have been happy to play the Jets and Aaron Rodgers coming back to Lambeau.
So the Green Bay Packers are going to the Jets next year, I think that's what's happening.
I think you're right. The Packers
Nick's coming on down, baby. Nick's coming on down.
That's next year. Nick's thinking about a playoff run right now.
I'm ready for Nick to come on down.
I'm on next year. I'm on 2024.
Well, yes. I mean, you might have a whole new coach, Scott.
Yeah.
Scott,
if Gerard Mayo's the coach, there might be a lot of mayonnaise drinking coffee lovers up here in New England.
Yeah, let me ask you this, Scott, and we'll kind of go around the horn before I give my final thoughts.
Yeah,
we just watched Bill Belichick's last game as a Patriot coach, as the head coach of the Patriots.
I think so.
I think
so.
I'm not sure, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's easy for people to be like, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He had a bad season. He needs to get out of there. I mean, I don't know about all the behind-the-scenes stuff, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. That's, 6 championships in 20-something years.
I'm with Johnny.
I don't know how you're saying. How do you just walk away from that?
Well, I think you have to turn the page. And I think it's time for the Patriots to turn the page and go someplace else.
Yeah, I'll say this:
go back to before Bill Belichick got there when they were horrible.
That's about what's going to happen. Yeah.
I'll say this real quick. Hold on, I had swallowed some throat. I think.
But I will say this before Nick goes to Bill Belichick, and he's probably not listening. I hope he is. Thank you for everything. I mean,
Bill listens to my show, Scott.
This is it. This is it. It's been a great run here in New England. So,
I'll say this, and I said this morning. Everybody has a last ride, or like Jordan and Phil Jackson had a last ride. This might have been Bill's last ride. Do I think the Patriots should fire him? Tell me you can find a better head coach than Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
You probably
a better GM, yes, but a better head coach than Bill Belichick. Good luck with that, bro.
Yeah. What I think should not happen is he should not be let go tomorrow, along with the other Black Monday coaches. They should wait a few days before. Just give him his own day.
Well, we know Arthur Smith, Ron Rivera. Who else got?
Dennis Allen should go.
Dennis Allen should go.
Before we leave, too, a quick shout out to Antonio Pierce and what he did with Vegas. Bro.
Yeah, Antonio Pierce should get the coaching job.
He should come back.
He should, man. But you know what I'm saying? Old Bull haircut wants to always make a splash, so he'll spend a bunch of money on some big name coach.
Yeah,
it'll be a
we talked about that this morning.
How dare you talk about Mark Davis in that frame of mind?
All right, gentlemen. Let's go. I think we should call it a night before Nick. Nick, your final thoughts, bro.
Let's celebrate to do.
Why does nobody love me?
No, love me or hate me. Fuck y'all. I don't care.
I don't care.
It's been another great season. I absolutely love the three of y'all. Ride the wave, folks. Just that's my final thought. It's just ride the wave with your teams. If they suck, you tell them they suck, and then if you ride up, tell them, hey, you're on the up and up. Ride the wave with whatever team you're in, whether it's 32 teams. Ride the wave. It must be tough. I will say it must be tough to be a Panthers fan, and a couple other fans, and y'all are trying to fucking figure it out. There'll be about 7 coaches probably fired tomorrow, and there'll be some where we're like, holy shit, I didn't see that happening. It's Black Monday comes tomorrow. I mean,
Ron Rivera, come on the Let's Talk Sports Show, Ron Rivera. We'd hire you in a minute.
Hey,
Ron, we could use a 6th.
Tell us about Sam Howell, Ron Rivera.
Yeah, right.
We love him.
Hey, Ron didn't know Sam Howell was that good until somebody told him he was good.
Right.
Sorry, couldn't help it.
Oh, actually, Tana did tell me we do have a new hire. His name is Arthur Smith. So
Yeah.
he's
I
gonna
love
curse
Arthur.
all of us out. He's gonna curse all of us out.
Oh, I love Arthur. I love that dude.
Yeah, Arthur's going wherever Vrabel's going, whether it's in Tennessee or fucking New England.
Oh God, no.
I had dinner with Vrabel once. He said, "I have very few friends. I can count them all on one hand." And he goes, "And Arthur's one of them." He legit said that. So
I feel like
he may have to give Arthur a job, bro. He may have to give Arthur a job.
No, but I want to kudos to Braves.
Oh yeah.
I want to say this, like Braves saying that he's only got 5 friends. I probably do too. There's only I know I mean that.
That's true.
It's part of it, man.
I hope he stays in Tennessee, bro.
Me too, man.
There's a difference in real friends and then like guys that you can acquaintances or whatever. So yeah. All right, that's the show. I love you guys.
Love you too, man. LTS show tomorrow night, 9:00. Check us out.
Thanks, Johnny.
Absolutely.
We're gonna hit the outro.
Peace.
Goodbye, everybody.
Great. We'll see y'all next weekend, baby. Packers head to the playoffs. Y'all gonna suck my motherfucking fat ass.
Dos Equis all over again. Nick's the new Dos Equis guy.
Please cut us off.
I gotta find the outro.
I was about to say, do you want me to just hit an outro?
Hit an
got
outro.
There it is.
I got it.
Y'all can suck my fat ass.